Hello and welcome back everyone, we Weeb Online, and today I'm gonna continue the story What If Naruto Was Killed and Betrayed by Team 7 Part 4 The End. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and to watch more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn that bell notification on so you never miss an upload. Now wasting no more time, let's begin.
Naruto, Sozin, Tsunade, Shizune, and Pakura are in a bloody battle with Orochimaru, Kabuto, and a large group of mutants led by Kabuto. Sozin kills 160 people by himself, using his sword in a way that no one else could match. Sozin's skill with the sword impressed Naruto. He jumped into the fight and killed 80 of the attackers, while Orochimaru fights Tsunade in a brutal hand-to-hand battle. Pakura and Shizune double-team Kabuto, as Sozin and Naruto stack up mutant ninja one on top of the other like a team of divine warriors. The battle is getting more and more bloody. Orochimaru starts to leave the battlefield because Kabuto and his forces are taking a lot of damage and losing a lot of people. Mark my words, Ryujin Arashi, we will meet again. Naruto Sasuke will kill you and end your line for good, says Orochimaru as he and the injured or uninjured mutant ninja disappear into a cloud of smoke. You'd better run, Pedo Snake, said Naruto, who knew that he and Sasuke would be dancing together soon. Naruto looks at the tall Sozin and says, so, descendant of Ryujin and Susanoo, we finally meet. When Naruto says he is a descendant of Ryujin and Susanoo, Pakura and Shizune don't understand what he means, as they are interested in the blonde and the tall warrior. Is that you, Dan? Tsunade asked, thinking of Dan and comparing Sozin's face to Dan's. I'm afraid you must have mixed up Mrs. Senju. Tsunade Senju, said Tsunade as Sozin kissed her hand, making Tsunade blush slightly with pleasure. So, what do you mean when you say you are a descendant of Susanoo and Ryujin? Tsunade asked Naruto as she looked at him with a puzzled look. Sozin is a direct descendant of Susanoo, the god of storms, and Ryujin, the divine dragon, because both of them had relationships with strong-willed humans, who then had relationships with each other. Naruto told the three Kunoichi, who were looking at a very powerful ascended human in front of them. This is the direct mortal descendant of both storm gods, a true demigod by birth. Tsunade looked at the man in awe. I see you know where I come from. I'm glad you gave me back my family's old weapon. I will use this weapon well, Sozin said as he bowed to Naruto, who did the same. So, Sozin, your meeting us here isn't a coincidence, Naruto said as he looked at the demigod in question. Well, since you asked, Namikaze, my clan and I want to join Konoha. I just happened to feel my clan's ancient weapon in your hands, which was calling to me. So, I left my clan to come meet you. Sozin told the Konoha Nin and former Suna Nin, it's good that you had an enemy to fight. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to test the sword of my ancestors to see if I was worthy. Well, it looks like I'll be going home with not only the soon-to-be 5th Hokage, but also her apprentice, another famous Kunoichi, and a clan whose leader is a direct descendant of two storm gods. Let's rock, Naruto said as he and the others went to meet the Ryujin Arashi clan. 6 hours have passed in Konoha. Kotsu and Izumo are on gate duty because Kotsu punched their client in the face over a disagreement about which book of literature is better. Even though the Hokage agreed with Kotsu, he still had to punish the two for their actions. The two are playing cards when they hear, hey guys, what are you doing? They look up and see Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, who they love to talk to, and see that he has found Tsunade Senju and her assistant Shizune Kato. They also see a man who looks like a war god and a large clan like the man behind them, as well as a woman who is thought to be dead. Hey, Naruto, what have you been up to lately? You not only found Tsunade and her assistant, but also a group of ninjas who look like they are related to the Inuzuka and Akimchi on steroids. Kotsu said, he's also one of the fiercest Kunoichi on the planet. Izumo had to nod to agree. The boys meet the Ryujin Arashi clan, and they and Pakura, who used to live in sand, are joining the village, Naruto said. Both of them were shocked, as they were the first people to see Konoha come back to life as a fierce and powerful village. 3 hours have passed. Hiruzen is surprised by who Naruto brought back first, Pakura, the evil eye who used to belong to Suna and is now Susanu's descendant, and Ryujin Sozin Ryujin Arashi and his whole clan, who are waiting outside the village. Hiruzen's corrupt advisors wanted Pakura to have children for her bloodline and swear eternal loyalty to the village. One Danzo wanted Pakura to be put into his root program. Hiruzen said that won't happen because Pakura is willing to join, all because of one avenging angel. At the Senju compound, Naruto, Tsunade, and Hiruzen are having a private meeting right now. Well, Tsunade, I'm glad to see you again. Hiruzen, dressed as an elder, said, I really hope Naruto could talk some sense into you. Same thing, sensei. But Naruto, I have a question. Tsunade asked the angel-like blonde in the room. What was heaven like? Naruto said. It was amazing and a glimpse of the future. Tsunade looked at him in shock and awe. Excuse me, Tsunade, but we need to talk about something else, says Hiruzen as he pulls out 2 folders and gives one to both Tsunade and Naruto. What is it? Who is Gigi? Naruto asked as he opened the files and saw scary things. Tsunade also saw what was in her file. These files are about illegal black operations that Danzo and his lapdogs have been doing. He has been going after clans that could be dangerous for him or Konoha and killing them. He's also been sending shipments of the drug that stops the bloodline to Kiri and selling opium here in Konoha, Hiruzen said. Naruto was worried that there might have been a security breach when he asked, how was Danzo able to do these missions when both the Guardian and the Anbu were making noise? He has been disguising his route as missing ninjas or mercenaries so that they can attack clans he thinks are a threat and carry drugs all over the elementals, Naruto. Hiruzen told Naruto, here are the last 2 things I want you to do for me. Naruto was listening. Gigi, what is it? Naruto asked, wanting to know more. I want you to destroy all clandestine route bases in the sectors marked on your map and raid the opium dens in Konoha's red light district. Second, destroy any blaze factories. You can find them in the demon and ice countries, which are also shown on the map. As soon as Tsunade is sworn in to take her place, these tasks need to be done right away. Hiruzen said, meet with the contacts in both demon country and ice country, and Naruto nodded. Tsunade told Naruto, who was listening, I know this is a lot to do, but there's one mission I want you to do for me unofficially. What are you looking for, Lady Tsunade? Naruto asked him. Kill the Elder Council and make sure none of them are still alive. I'll take care of the Civilian Council, Tsunade said. Naruto knew that Tsunade's words were true because Danzo and his henchmen had done so much evil in their self-righteous actions that it was only a matter of time before they were caught. It will be done in 7 days, Naruto said, knowing that the Angel of Death wants them to die. In an underground lair somewhere else in Rain Country, 10 people with different looks sat around a round table. Report, said a man with orange hair and spikes, purple eyes with ripples, and a red cloud on his black cloak. Some new things have happened with Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. It looks like the rumors are right. The Avenging Angel is the name of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Pain, Sama, Itachi said as everyone was shocked except for Kasama and himself. No matter what, the man named Pain said, soon, even the Avenging Angel will know Pain. Itachi said, he has shown that he is as strong as me in the Tsukiyomi world and can fight as well as Kasama with a sword that looks like Orochimaru's Kusanagi but is more like Kasama's sword in how it is used. From what I've heard, he also led a sneak attack on the castle of the Wind Daimyo and killed him in hand-to-hand combat. He also beat Yamada the Dark Samurai and the Demon Twins, who were in charge of our rival group, Kirayami Arayansu. His fighting skills are amazing, a man with green eyes said. This news surprised everyone in the room. Even Pain, who didn't say he was afraid of fighting the Dark Warrior. Kakazu, what's going on with the 7-tailed Jinchuriki? Asked the blue-haired girl in Pain. She is a lot riskier than she was before Conan. She seems to be a master of the bow, and her taijutsu skills are above what a trained Jinchuriki would normally be able to do. So far, she has killed at least 150 people who tried to attack her while she was delivering packages. She seems to have been trained very well by the Avenging Angel. When I think about how she beat the Northwind Raiders on the North Roads of Ice Country, I'd say she's as skilled as a 2-tails Jinchuriki, Kakazu said. A man with white hair and a big 3-bladed scythe asked, what are we going to do about this damned angel? Well, if the Avenging Angel gets in our way, we'll have to be ready to fight him, said White Zetsu, who knew in his heart that he would need a weapon and a plan to kill the Avenging Angel. The others nodded and had to agree. I think he probably knows the truth. I hope he can finish what I've asked him to do, Itachi thought, because that's all I have left. Back in Konoha, however, Hiruzen's job as Hokage has been taken over by Tsunade. Many people don't like her being Hokage because they think her plans in the past were too expensive. But in secret, many of the plans would show what they have been doing with the village's money. If only they knew what would happen. Tsunade is looking at Hyuga clan members who have been cured of Blaze and are now evolving with their new bloodline. The Senju have named the sub-bloodline trait of the Hyuga clan Primeval trait. Other places in Demon Country, a girl with pale skin, white hair, and pale lavender eyes walks to a private part of a palace. She is dressed like a priestess. Show yourself, the girl said as a figure in armor like that worn by ninjas in the past came out of the shadows. The armor looked like a face mask with turban-like wrappings for the head, fingerless gloves with forearm bracers, a chest guard made of metal and leather padding equipped for tactical combat over a sleeveless shirt that showed off his muscular arms, and tabi boots connected to shin guards. The black figure looked at the girl and asked, "Are you the White Princess?" The girl with the code name White Princess asked, "Who are you? Call me Punisher if you want. You will be safe with my identity. The monkey sage of the leaf sent me," the man with the name Punisher said as he said the last part. The White Princess said, "Thank goodness he is friends with the priestess of the land of Oni." Punisher looks at the girl in front of him and asks, "Do you know what I need to know?" "No, I don't have much time. My mother is going to teach me about mystical things. Thanks to a spy who works for me, I know where the Blaze Labs are and where the opium and Blaze stores are. Here is the map," the girl with the code name White Princess said. "Many thanks," Punisher said. "Have a nice evening," and then he vanished in a shin. His presence reminded me of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, White Princess thought. "I've heard about," as she walked out of the chambers. "Lady Shin, your mother is worried about whether or not you will show up for your mysticism classes," said a servant woman. "Sorry, I had to take care of a friend. I'll be right there," Shin said as she ran into the room where her mother was waiting. At the same time in Ice Country, a battle site can be seen full of dead mercenaries and missing nins. Many wolves and buzzards are dining on flesh. The base of operations of a tundra-like outpost can be seen in ruins and on fire. One of the mercenaries can be seen crawling away bleeding and missing a leg. As he drags himself away, he sees that will be his last, as a man known simply as Punisher in white winter gear runs a spear through the mercenary, killing him. As he left the area, a Punisher clone thought, "That's one base down. Time to move on and tell the boss." At the same time in Demon Country, Lan can be seen running through the forest of the said country. "Hurry, we need to get back to Danzo so we can tell him that our operations have been compromised," said the revealed Root Nin as he and his comrades ran for their lives. But 150 meters behind them, Punisher is standing on a ridge line with an advanced crossbow. He takes aim and fires bolt after bolt, killing each of the fleeing targets. At night, in Konoha's red light district, inside a large, abandoned building, there is a fire, and the bodies of several drug dealers, or what are thought to be normal drug dealers, are on the ground. Each of the thugs was killed by a man in mysterious armor that looks like urban camouflage. The man either impaled, stabbed, slashed, or beat them to death. The person was on a roof across from the building. When Anbu saw him, he was about to question him, but he disappeared in front of them in a way that they couldn't follow. In other parts of Konoha, Amura Mitokado wakes up to noise outside his room. Soon, the lifeless body of a rude Anbu flies through the door, and when Hamura looks up, he sees the same person who attacked the opium factory. "Please spare my life, I can give it to you," Hamura said, but he couldn't finish because someone broke his neck. One down, two to go, Naruto thought as he left the house in his guardian disguise. After making a clone of his body so he could hang it from his house, he moved toward Koharu Udatane's house. A few hours before dawn, at the secret root base in Konoha, alarms can be heard as root agents are killed by a disguised Naruto who is fighting with Combat Parker, a style that combines gymnastics and tumbling with street fighting and hand-to-hand combat. The Anbu are unable to fight back against Naruto's fighting style, and Danzo soon comes out of his room. Danzo said, "Well, you make a great first impression assassin. Now you can either work for me or I'll kill you." Naruto, who was wearing a mask, was looking at the man with a serious face. Naruto took his basic fighting stance and said, "I'll pass." Danzo thought it looked like a wrestling stance, but it wasn't. "Do what you want, assassin. It would be a shame to kill you," Danzo says as he pulls off his bandages and shows that he has a Sharingan implanted in his arm, made from cells from a specific person. Soon, Danzo uses the Sharingan's powers to fight the disguised Naruto from a distance. Naruto can't hurt Danzo with his Shuriken because he turned himself into an illusion with his Inagi. He throws a smoke bomb to hide himself. Danzo seems confident in his advantage over the assassin. He shoots fireballs at the assassin, making it look like he's doing the fighting. Danzo soon figures out why he is getting weaker. A disguised Naruto threw a Curair gas bomb at him when he was trying to hide from him. Soon, the gas paralyzes Danzo, and the disguised Naruto walks up to him. "You won't die quickly. Your Patriot mask is gone," Naruto said as he looked at the man in question. Soon, Danzo will pass out. In Konoha, the next day, many people look out and see the bodies of the elder counselors, and one of them, Danzo Shimura, is being burned alive by a strange fire. Many ninjas try to put out the fire, but they can't because it's an oil fire. Soon, Danzo Shimura's body is completely burned away, leaving nothing but ash. At the Namikaze compound, Naruto told his lovers what had happened over the past 6 days. They are all proud of him for what he has done for his village. Konoha's rebirth is just getting started. So, Naruto-kun, what's going to happen now? Pakura asked, wondering what her future angel husband would do. Let's get ready for the Akatsuki. But first, I want to relax with my beautiful darlings, Naruto said. Since they all knew what he was thinking, they were ready. The room where the council meets. Civilian councilors are furious because 3 of their backers in the illegal drug trade have been killed and their factories have been destroyed. Be quiet, Tsunade told the civilian councilors, and they stopped talking. A fat merchant said to the female Hokage, Lady Hokage, we need to find out who did this and make them pay. I am in charge of this village, and those 3 have been doing illegal things behind my back for far too long. With proof provided by the person who killed them, says Tsunade as she passes a big stack of files around the table. These are probably fakes. For all we know, they could be fakes, a merchant said as many of his coworkers nodded to try to disprove the evidence they were shown. These are real. Haruz and Hidanbu intelligence experts double-check these statements, and the locations are very real. But the killer left me something very interesting about the evidence at hand, Tsunade says as she snaps her fingers, and many of the Anbu and some of the clan heads leave, knowing what's going to happen. Only Sozan Ryujin Arashi stays to watch what's going to happen. One merchant asked the last Senju, who she was afraid of, what does this mean? Justice. Justice for the many women and children killed, justice for all the clans destroyed for your greed and selfishness. Justice because you all are fucking thieving bastards, said Tsunade as she begins to massacre the trapped counselors with the handbow. Sozan is happy to see how fierce and strong Tsunade is acting. Some of the counselors try to get away, but Sozan kicks each of them back toward Tsunade, who kills each of the civilian counselors by beating them. After she's done, Tsunade looks at Sozan, whom she's been seeing for the past few days. After that, they both kiss each other passionately, with Tsunade longing for Dan after he died. With the blood of 2 storm gods, the Senju clan will come back stronger than ever. In the village in the sound that was hidden, Sasuke Uchiha has gone through a lot of hard training so he can fight Naruto and Itachi. Orochimaru walks into the room where he is training. Good news, Sasuke-kun. I found something from your clan that has been waiting for you to use it, said Orochimaru as he held up a sword that looked like the 7 branches sword but had a flame design on the blade and an oni carved into the handle. Sasuke can tell right away what kind of sword it was. He couldn't help but smile when he thought about what it would do for him in the future. Sasuke is so excited that he is shaking. In front of him is the legendary power of a sword that is both very strong and very evil. This sword only belongs to the most evil members of the Uchiha clan. Sasuke looked at the sword and asked, where did you find this? He was amazed by how great it was. It was in the old Uchiha clan hideout in the mountains of Fire Country. I thought you might find a use for it, said Orochimaru as Sasuke reached for the sword. As soon as he did, the sword became filled with dark energy. Orochimaru was curious about the sword Sasuke was holding in one hand and asked, what is it? This is the Muramasa flame. It was made by Muramasa Sengo at the request of Nobunaga Uchiha, one of my clan's most ruthless warriors, only rivaled by Madara in terms of his brutality and ferocity. It is made to cut through anything. Like all Muramasa blades, it has a fierce spirit, in this case a fierce vampiric spirit. It was used in many battles to cut down many enemies and those. Thank you, Lord Orochimaru, for this wonderful gift, Sasuke says as he spins it around to get a feel for it, and the life energy that flows through it flows into Sasuke Uchiha. Soon, Sasuke's eyes turn a dark crimson color, and more tomos than usual appear in them. Sasuke's body starts to change in a big way. Your training for extreme combat starts now, said Orochimaru, who was now even willing to test the limits of his new ship. After a year in Konoha. In the last few months, things have been going well in Konoha. The Shinobi program's combat training has gotten a lot better, not just for Genin but also for Chunin and Jonin, and it now offers a very effective education. This is all thanks to Hiruzen Sarutobi and a new group of instructors who are both Shinobi and civilians. Tsunade made the Medic Nin program, which is now used by all major units and teams. This has greatly cut down the number of people who die in battle on B to a rank missions. The way teams are put together and what their specialties are have also changed. Each team now has a more well-rounded set of specialties to round out its abilities. While bringing on a medic ninja, Guardian has brought in new members from the Rajan Arashi clan, which has made them better at fighting supernatural threats, some of which led to a marriage contract between Princess Shin and Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze after the Dark Demon Morio was defeated and destroyed. Konoha has gotten agreements from Wind Country and Snow Country, now called Spring, thanks to Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze's bravery in dealing with the cruel rules of the previous daimyos. This has made trade and marketing in Konoha a lot better. Through these efforts, Konoha and Suna now have better technology. When Temari moved to Konoha to be with Naruto, things also got better with Suna. New builders and engineers have moved into the village and made improvements to the buildings in each section. The seals on the buildings have been made stronger so that enemy spies can't get into the village the old-fashioned way. After Danzo died and Root was broken up for good, all of the Root initiates were given homes. Members who refused to be deprogrammed were either purged or killed because of their extreme beliefs and ideas. One Root member named Sai got his memories back, and he now lives with a boy named Tosai Takamori who is the same age as him and uses ink jutsu like Sai does. After falling in love with each other, they were together for a long time. Sekira Haruno is dating a girl named Yakumo Toshi. She used to be a fangirl of the supposed golden boy of the leaf, but she stopped caring about him when she saw that he was actually a treacherous, power-hungry, possibly murderous predator. She agreed with her about being blind when it comes to love. Naruto is currently teaching some recently graduated genin how to do the basics of judo, defendu, hapkido, freestyle wrestling, kenpo, choi lai fut, and gaju ryu karate at a school called the Uzumaki School of Street Fighting and Sky Bujutsu. In the last 6 years, Naruto, Rock Lee, and Asuka Yoshimitsu, who is Rock Lee's girlfriend, came up with the idea for this academy. They wanted to teach martial arts to the younger generations of shinobi. Naruto had talked to Tsunade about opening a martial arts school so that graduating shinobi would have a full range of martial arts skills. Tsunade thought it would help. After all, she had seen what his training did to the version of White Tiger Kumite that her new student Haku Mamachi Yuki had been working on but hadn't finished yet, who had sparred with her to see how good she was at taijutsu. Naruto looked at the genin who were breathing and panting hard and said, "Okay, everyone, take a break. The next session will start in 30 minutes. Naruto looks at each of the genin and feels proud of how the deaths of those evil thugs have changed things. At the home of the Senju clan, the Ryujin Arashi clan moved into the compound of the Senju clan. After they moved to the village, they put everything from the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan in an archive. Sozin is wearing a robe and sitting on the balcony of Tsunade's mansion. Since 5 weeks ago, Tsunade and Sozin had been going out together. Last night, they made their relationship stronger by having a lot of rough sex. Through the exchange of fluids, making love had also helped Tsunade feel better. Tsunade walks behind him and wraps her arms around his muscular chest. Tsunade said, "So, my king, what now?" As she stroked his face and cupped his manhood, she could tell that he wanted more of her. "One day at a time, my queen. Let's enjoy this day, especially for round 2, Sozin says as he picks her up in a bridal style. After what Tsunade will go through the next day, the Senju clan will soon have a new leader. Sasuke is back. During the past year, Sasuke had been training and hunting several clans that he thought were weaker than the Uchiha. He killed them to gain their strength and power. As Sasuke looks at the picture of the Avenging Angel, he feels ready. "You go first, then Itachi. I'll be the new god of this world," Sasuke thought as he used the Muramasa swing to cut the picture in half and kill the man holding it. The vampire sword drinks the man's blood and life force, which gives Sasuke strength. As soon as Sasuke puts on the armor that Nobunaga the Dark Uchiha warrior wore, a terrible thing will start to come out of the shadows. Soon, there will be lightning in the sky. As he walks toward Fire Country, the Sound Four are watching him from behind. Sasuke attacks a small town and kills everyone there except for a young woman and her 2 kids. "Go to the Leaf and call the Avenging Angel. Tell him that I have your mother and will defile and kill her if he doesn't come to the Valley of the End in 6 days. Sasuke told the 2 children as they ran toward Konoha to deliver his message. "Soon, vengeance will be mine," Sasuke thought as he looked at the girl. He liked the way she looked. When Sasuke thought about rape sex after his fight with the Avenging Angel, he licked his lips. He thought, "After I kill the dope, I can use her to relieve my stress." In other parts of the elementals, after finding and killing Kurayami Ariansu's remains in the jungles of Island Country, Kurama and Tozan have been putting the finishing touches on their large castle-like compound. They are now in town looking for paints that will help them decorate the inside of the home. Kurama showed him the blue paint and asked, "Tozan, what do you think about this color? It's called Hawk's Blue, and it could work for the first pattern." "Yeah, it could work with the dark cyan blue for our guest room and hallways. I got the gold, yellow, and red for our dining room, kitchen, and bedrooms," says Tozan as he puts the paint cans in the cart. The 2 keep shopping around the store. Kurama picked up the gray curtains they were looking for and said, "Oh, honey, I found them." Tozan looked at them and saw that they were perfect for their windows. "That's good, honey. I'm going to the home defense section of the store. I'll meet you at the register," says Tozan as he heads to the store to get some of the things on his list for home defense that don't let people in. Back in Konoha, at the office of the Hokage, Naruto is shocked by what Inoichi told him about the two children who ran to the village 2 days ago showing signs of restlessness. Sasuke Uchiha had gotten the Muramasa Flame Sword, a dark vampiric weapon used by a warrior even darker than Madara, and has been killing hundreds of people and sucking their life energy. He is now holding a woman hostage, a young mother no less, and will kill her if Naruto doesn't save her. Well, Bachan, it looks like I have no choice but to go, Naruto said as Shizune and Tsunade stared at him in shock. Shizune looks at her angelic brother figure and says, "But Naruto, you would be falling into a trap if you did that. If I don't do it, whoever we send will die." The Muramasa Flame is the most powerful vampire sword. It turns its user into a killing machine so strong that even a Jonin would be no match for them. If we send anyone else, you and I would be responsible for their deaths and the deaths of the mothers of those kids. Naruto said, "I can't live with the blood of the innocent on my hands. I can't live with the blood of the innocent on my hands. Okay, Gaki, I'm going to let you go. Just come back to me in one piece, or I'll never forgive myself," Tsunade told Naruto as he went to his house to see his lovers one last time before he left to fight his former comrade in arms in a very fierce battle. As Tsunade is about to take a sip, a beam of golden light falls into the room. Shizune and Tsunade get into fighting positions, and two figures step forward. They are two angelic warriors, and one of them is the Archangel Naruto met in heaven. "Hello, Lady Hokage. I'm the Archangel Michael, and I'm here with my friend Azrael to talk to you about the Avenging Angel," Michael told the woman as he looked at her with a critical and curious eye. Tsunade asked, "What do you want to talk about him?" He seemed to be telling the truth about who he was. Having Naruto, he is telling Hana, Temari, Enko, Hinata, Fu, Karin, Kin, Haku, and Shin the news, and they are all taking it with a grain of salt. Haku asked her love, "When will the duel start?" with worry in her eyes. "On the 6th day, which is this coming Saturday, I'll save a mother from the bastard. Don't worry, sweethearts, I'll stay alive for you and I won't fall," Naruto said as Kin was the first to get up and walk toward him. "We know you will," she told Kin as she kissed him. Kin pulled away, and soon all of his loves pulled him into their shared bedroom. They were going to have a memorable night with their angelic blonde lover as they started to have sex with her. Day of the duel is skipped. The woman is very afraid of both dying and being violated by the now barbaric Uchiha, whose eyes are filled with lust as he looks at her. The Uchiha grabs her, spreads her legs apart, and touches her D-sized breast. Sasuke says as he licks her neck, "If I get my way with you, I might let you go or I might make you keep my kids away." "Sasuke, come here," Naruto yelled as he landed near where the battle was going on. "Oh, dope, I'm glad you can come. I was getting worried that you wouldn't come and I'd have to vent my anger on the woman," Sasuke said to Naruto, who was looking at Uchiha with a critical eye because of all his training and discipline. As Naruto pulled out his longsword, he thought, the Muramasa blade has made his body stronger. This will be a battle that will require all of my strength and skill, and I must not lose." Sasuke pulled out the Muramasa flame. The blade pulses and glows with evil energy, and the sky goes from clear to stormy, with lightning flashing up high. Naruto tells Sasuke to let the woman go because she has nothing to do with the situation. Sasuke smirks and does what Naruto says. The woman runs past Naruto, who makes a light clone of her. Take her to the village where her family is waiting, he tells the light clone. "Let's see who's better, dope," says Sasuke as he gets into his sword stance. Soon, both Naruto and Sasuke, who used to be friends, charge into battle with all their strength. They are both surprised by the other's unique advantage as they strike and block. Sasuke is faster, but Naruto is more agile. Both of them are cutting each other, but Naruto isn't healing. Naruto can feel that his life force is slowly being drained into the sword. Soon, Sasuke is getting the upper hand. The Sound 5 is amazed at how well Sasuke is doing against the Avenging Angel, while the Akatsuki is also watching from a distance. Naruto is trying hard to catch up in this fight. While they are in a blade lock, Sasuke says that he will rape Hinata and Haku as his form dies. Naruto headbutts Sasuke, breaking his nose. The angelic blonde swings at Sasuke, but Sasuke moves away and fixes his nose. Sasuke uses the curse seal to fight back harder against the blonde, causing cuts all over Naruto's body as Naruto blocks each sword blow. Naruto, on the other hand, is not moving. "Why won't you just die?" asked a more demonic-looking Sasuke as he looked at the young blonde in front of him who was starting to glow with ethereal energy. The two start to fight again with swords. Sasuke hits Naruto with a punch that knocks him down and knocks a tooth out of his mouth. Naruto returns the favor by punching Sasuke in the left eye, severely damaging the retina. Both are using unarmed strikes and grapples in addition to swordplay, trying to get the upper hand. Soon, the fighting gets more intense as the two switch to ranged combat. They both throw fire and wind jutsus at each other. When they see that the ranged fight isn't going anywhere, they switch back to sword play until Sasuke takes Naruto's sword away. And Naruto does the same by hitting a pressure point in Sasuke's arm. Sasuke is using his improved interceptor fist, and Naruto is using his refined Street Fighter style taijutsu. Both are hitting hard and putting all their energy into trying to beat the other. Soon, they get into a grapple, and Naruto's strength is matching and then surpassing Sasuke's. The fighting is getting bloodier by the hour. Soon, Naruto and Sasuke stand across from each other with hatred in their eyes. They lunge at each other, trading sword strikes, unarmed strikes, and elemental jutsus. Sasuke's talent is his best asset in this fight, but Naruto's skills are better. I want to leave a mark on the loser's face that will remind him of me, said Sasuke as he got the Muramasa sword and walked toward a Naruto who seemed to be unconscious. Before he could get close, Naruto hit Sasuke in the family jewels and stabbed him in the left eye. Naruto said, "Here's one," as Sasuke screamed in pain after Naruto's hidden blade pierced his left eye. Sasuke tried to get back up, but could only get to one knee. Sasuke's test has failed, said Kimimaro as Tayuya, a red-headed member of the Sound 4, picked up the Uchiha. Kimimaro starts coughing really hard, which lets his friends know that his time is almost up. "Sorry, Kimimaro, but you won't be coming back with us," said a member of the Six Arms as his husky teammate, and the red-headed person who cares more about the albino left with the Uchiha and his weapon. Kimimaro looks at the blonde, who looks at him with sympathy and says, "So you're an avenging angel, huh? I want to bow, but my body won't let me," Kimimaro said as his illness started to get worse. Naruto walks over to Kimimaro because he can feel how sad and hurt he is. Once again, his body is filled with ethereal energy. "Tell me about your past," Naruto said to Kimimaro. Kimimaro told him how his clan, the Kaguya, treated him like an attack dog and how he ended up working for Orochimaru. Naruto looked at Kimimaro with the same look of understanding he had seen in Gaara, and he made a decision that would be good for the Kaguya's future. Naruto looks at Kimimaro and says, "Kimimaro, I'm going to cure your body of this illness." Kimimaro is shocked and surprised by the Avenging Angel's offer to cure him. Kimimaro looks at Naruto and asks, "Why would you do this?" To put it simply, "Kimimaro, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're just following a lost cause that has done nothing but help one person's ambitions instead of the dreams of others. I won't stop you from going back to Sound, and I won't bring you to Konoha either." Naruto said to the Kaguya as he healed him, "You are your own person, and you choose where you want to go. Just remember that you made that choice. So, do you want to go to Kimimaro Sound or Konoha?" Naruto asked as he got down on one knee. He was tired and worn out from the battle and from healing the Kaguya. The Kaguya thinks for a moment. While he could try and kill the Avenging Angel, he thinks what that would bring him. For all Kimimaro knows, he could reform. If he goes back to Oto, he would have to sacrifice his body for Orochimaru. He then thinks about what he wants to do, as for all his life he was just treated as an attack dog and obedient enforcer. But at this moment he was treated as the one thing he was never treated as, a human being who wants to make his own choice. Kimimaro said, "I'll go to Konoha." He was looking at Naruto, who was doing something he had never done before. He was smiling. "Kimimaro of the Kaguya, you made the right choice." Naruto said to the Kaguya in question, "Let's hope you build a new future for your clan." Soon, Naruto and Kimimaro start walking back to Konoha. Before they could get far, Naruto hears a voice he never thought he'd hear. "Ah, Naruto, you're starting to become the stuff of legends," says Michiel as Naruto, and Kimimaro turned to face the winged warrior. "What are you doing here, Michael-sama?" Naruto asked as he and Kimimaro looked at the Archangel. "Simply put, Naruto, I'm here to give you your last bit of training that will help you control the power you've been radiating," says Michael as he looks at the blonde, who is surprised by the Archangel's statement. "What is it? I've never known." Naruto asked about his ability to see through things. "It is called the Incarnation of Archangel. It's a power that would give an Avenging Angel even more fighting power than they normally have. Once you master it, your abilities and body will be stronger than those of any other Avenging Angel who has come before you," Michael tells the blonde as he tries to figure out what he was doing when he was fighting Yamada and Sasuke without realizing it. Naruto asked, "When do we start?" because he was eager to learn how to use his new power. "We start now," Michael said as he opened a door to heaven. "Kimimaro, I'm going to leave a light clone with you to explain your presence," said Naruto, and the Kaguya nodded in understanding. After making his light clone, Naruto walks through the portal to the training ground and sees a man in a robe with light dark tan skin, dark brown curly hair, and the body of an amazing athlete. Next to him is an archangel Naruto doesn't know. Well, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, come on over, we have a lot to talk about, the man said as he bowed to Naruto, and Naruto did the same to show respect.
So this was the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. To watch more stories like this, subscribe to my channel. Till then, we weeb offline.